and welcome to JamboFANTV. It's been some time. Lots has been going on. We've been keeping in touch with you via social media, but we haven't done a video for a bit. I'm joined by Gordon. How are you doing, Gordon?
All right. Yeah, I'm enjoying a short close season.
Yeah. I'm down here. You're up there. Have you been past the ground lately?
Very briefly, but I've seen a lot of pictures on Facebook and Twitter how the stand's coming along. The whole of the shell of the old stand and the interior is pretty much all gone now. As you'd imagine, we're having a well publicised auction yesterday that the Heavies seem to be more obsessed with than the Hearts fans.
Exactly.
Which raised £63,000. So can't argue with that.
Well, people are putting their hands. What did the owl go for? Some crazy money.
I think it was 4,100, was it?
Somehow,
what that was scare off seagulls and pigeons and stuff like that. So yeah, it was good stuff.
It's got a proven record.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. It's worth more than half the team.
Yeah, but probably. Well, I've seen the pictures, and I'll definitely be doing the shopping there. Definitely, looks fantastic. Looks fantastic. Like you say, sorry to see the old stand go, but when you can see that new stand, and now it's just going to finish that ground off. And like you said, like lots of people have been saying on social media, sort of 3-4 years, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's looking. Yeah, things are looking good. Certainly off the park. Just try and get things, as we're going to discuss later on, pretty much right on the park.
Well, definitely. Yeah. Well, last year we were. Let's start. I'll tell you where I was. Petered out at the end of the season, a bit of a limp towards the end, and I've said it on more than one occasion about having a spine. I like a spine, and seeing the Cathros. I don't know if you've been listening to me. I doubt it. But he's talking about a spine, putting this spine together all the way through. What are your thoughts on the players that he's brought in at the moment?
Well, as it stands, you'll know that he's obviously brought in Krzysztof Bera, Cole Stockton, and a Polish guy whose name I don't know. I'll have a go at Rafał Grzelak.
Do you know? I'm glad I've got Grzelak. I was going to.
Yeah, well, there was a Z in there, but I'm pretty sure that'll be silent. Yeah, he's also made sure that Aaron Hughes is going to stay for another year as well, which you're talking about a spine there. Bera and Hughes, to me, is a good start. In the middle, obviously we've heard that June and more prominently Walker are making noises about getting away, so we'll see how the midfield goes. Stockton's obviously a burly striker. I'm having a look at his stats. I can't say I'm overly impressed. We'll see how that one works out. And Goncalves, obviously, we're hoping for we've got high hopes for him because he was probably one of the few bright lights in the second half of the season there.
Well, yeah. I mean, Jimmy, he's it's hope he comes. He's away with another cup, isn't he, at the moment? And when he came back from the last cup, he didn't come back with the best of attitudes. So I'm hoping that he comes back and wants to put a shift in. What are your thoughts on the Walker business?
I think it's just Rangers mischief. I don't think that Jamie's handled it perfectly, and the dignified silence would have been an absolute silence. But he's made some hints on social media that he'd be happy to go there, and you can't really argue it. He's probably going to double or treble his money, his weekly wage. But I think as Hearts supporters were all hoping that he would eventually end up there, but he'd make the sort of right noises about how good Hearts are to be playing for, and it doesn't seem to have done that. It just seems to be it's all about getting me to Rangers as soon as possible. But it may be misrepresented. People are criticising him. I remember him a couple of years ago. I shouldn't let it pass without saying that I know his brother fairly well, and they made absolute huge efforts when Hearts were administration. They were selling sell a kit that Jamie had been given or worn over the course of the previous couple of years, stuff that any normal person would be dying to keep, but he was willing to sell to save the club. And as was Dean, his brother, who had lots of souvenirs from him for the League Cup finals and Youth Cup finals and stuff like that. They sold basically in the interest of saving hearts. So they're huge Jambos. It's difficult to criticise them criticise a guy for wanting to double or treble his wages. It's as simple as that. But although it could have been handled better by all parties, I think, this one.
I totally agree. And it's a pull, going to Glasgow's second club. So I sort of get that. And that they want to move out of a shadow. But I think, they know how much Hearts want for them. They know what the price is. And to be lowballing and trying to unsettle them, I think it's a bit out of order.
Yeah, it's the old Rangers way, isn't it? They basically unsettle a player, stick in a bid for about, well, in this case, probably about a third day's value, I think that initially it was, and basically get the daily record to upset him. And that's the Rangers tactic, and it's an old tactic.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, from a club point of view, it's nice to know, is he going, is he staying? And then they obviously want him to stay, and good luck if he does stay. But from a manager's point of view, it's difficult because, like I said, it's an important player, and no doubt Cathro's out there looking just in case Rangers do come in with a bid. I can't see him doing.
No, I don't think they'll meet a million, especially with the way they're throwing money at Mexicans and Portuguese. It's probably a testament to Hearts that we actually don't need to accept less than what we're asking for. There's times in the past in our history where, I don't know, you look at Big Dave McPherson, for example. I think he went back to Rangers for 1.2 million, which was huge money for us at that time. Go back even further than that. I remember Scott Crabb going to Dundee United for 200,000. We desperately needed that money. I think Joe Jordan thought he was getting it to spend, but Wallace Mercer made it disappear and the other costs. But we are being so well run at the moment, it actually looks like we can comfortably hold out for the million, or have him play out the rest of his contract for us, or basically, as some have suggested, and that personally not something I would do, but they could bench him for the season if they wanted to.
It is. It just shows the strength. Like you said, we don't have to be held over a barrel or made to do things that we don't want to do. I'd give him a bit of stick as you know, but I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him still a Hearts player next year, and I'd still like to see him giving his all. I think there's just something about having a player that's come through the ranks, and it just shows that it can be done. In terms of, we were talking about the spine before, and I think both of us gave goalkeepers a bit of stick last year, but we've got a possibility of an interesting Alan McGregor.
Yeah, that's I don't know how strong that really is.
Championship experience
and international experience, and huge European experience for Rangers. It's very much, I think McGregor's probably still at rumour stage, but it seems to be gathering momentum. And like we discussed off air there, he's been out of favour at Hull for the last year or so, probably more to do with his injury. They got Marshall in, who played well for them. And I believe he's third choice at Hull now, and went to Cardiff for the second half of last season. So he's a man who's definitely over the course. He's had maybe 12-year career making decent money. So he may well like to come back to his hometown club, and I believe he's an Edinburgh lad, hometown club, and finish his career here, getting a reasonable wage. He'd been a definite first pick, and he's definitely quality. Not without a shadow of doubt, he would improve our goalkeeping situation as it stands at the moment.
I totally agree with you. I think it is, as a team, having a decent goalkeeper, an experienced goalkeeper there, does the defensive world of good, does the whole team the World Cup, but also bringing young goalkeepers on who probably maybe at this moment in time aren't the finished product, but just being able to work under experience totally brings you on in terms of a coaching capacity.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it would have probably been beneficial to us last season to have kept Neil Alexander for Jack Hamilton's progress. In December, I think I would have argued with you not to drop Jack Hamilton, but I think his form in the second half of the season maybe suggests that 6 months, a year behind Alan McGregor, well, probably more than that actually, you would imagine McGregor would maybe get 2, maybe even a 3-year contract, because he's not that old for a goalkeeper. But certainly somebody Hamilton could learn off, even if he didn't go on to be the Hearts #1, it would improve him as a goalkeeper, I think, playing behind somebody like that.
Definitely. And in terms of defence, I mean, again, it's only speculation. When you have a look around social media, we link with everybody. But there's a Michael Smith, Peterborough. I don't know if you heard anything about that, the right back.
I've heard that that's a pretty good chance that that'll happen. I don't know much about him at all. Pretty much like everybody else, I would imagine. He's 28 years old. He's 5'11". He's a right back. We certainly could do with a right back. Although I'm not averse, if we're going to go 3 at the back with Hughes, Berra, and possibly Suter, I wouldn't be averse to letting Liam Smith charge forward on the right hand side. But I'm sure Austin McPhee knows this guy inside out, being the Northern Ireland assistant. So yeah, trust Austin on this one. Yeah,
well, it is. It just seems to be an area that's been. I should have done my homework before I came on, and I'm desperately trying to. It's an age thing, Gordon. The name was in my head when I started. We'll link with a left back from Manchester City.
Yeah, Ashley Smith-Brown, his name is.
There you go. It's an area that the management are looking at. Like I said, putting decent players in defence and attack-minded players that want to push forward.
Yeah, well, he's certainly got youth on his side. Again, you probably, like most Hearts fans, know absolutely nothing about him. He's a 21-year-old left back who made, I was having a look at Wikipedia, so don't know if this is 100% right or no, but 29 appearances for NAC Breda last year, and they got to the playoffs in their division to get promoted to the Dutch top league. So you'd imagine City obviously want to keep him and have another, or they're not rushing to get rid of him if they're putting him out on loan. So yeah, hopefully if this one comes in, I mean, hopefully he's a quality left back, because it seems that the Hearts way at the moment with left backs, we've had quality over the years in the left back position, but now it seems like if we buy enough left backs, we're going to get one right. Hopefully that's the case with this one, because Juwan Oshiniwa and Lena Big Soa, they've not done it for me, to be quite honest with you. And Reras obviously wasn't a huge success either. So hopefully this one will live up to the promise that City have seen in him. And who knows, if he doesn't go back to City, we could end up with a cracker for a Scottish Premier League level anyway.
Hopefully so. And goals at the end of last season seemed to dry up, particularly away from home. And I'll hold my hand up here. I mean, sometimes there isn't a handbrake in between brain and mouth with me, and I know that's one of my faults. Stockton. Heard this name Stockton, looked him up, thought, who the bloody hell's this? But everything he's said since he's come, I'm liking his attitude.
Yeah, he actually seems to talk up Hearts an awful lot. He maybe obviously knows, or seems to say that he knows stuff about us and how big we are and how much he's looking forward to getting wired in about the SPFL, the Premiership. Not sure. He's down the leagues with Tranmere. He's got 17 goals in 107 games, according to, again, Wikipedia being my source, because I know nothing about him either, to tell you the truth. He scored three goals in 4 games for Vauxhall Motors. I like that. I like the sound of that ratio.
I mean, the guy's come. He's had a look around. He's looking right. When you see his eyes, it's like taking a kiddie to Disneyland. He's looking at. He's probably changed in some right shitholes, to be honest with you. And he's probably trained in some park somewhere and whatever in his career. And he's come here and he's looked around and he looks like this is massive opportunity for him, and he looks like he's up for it. And I'm really rooting for the lad. I really am. I'm really hoping that he starts to put them in like he's done down in the lower leagues in England, and it works out for him, because he looks like he's going to graft. And you know me, that's all I can ask from a player. Like I said, that you cough your lungs up when you come off that pitch and you can't give anything else. And he looks like one of them players for me. Goals are what we need.
Yeah, absolutely. Goncalves has got a decent strike rate, so he could be a sort of guy who just complements him as a partner.
Definitely.
23-year-old, like you say, we discussed many times towards the end of last season, it was a market that you've got to look at and just hope that you're lucky. And if you are lucky, you pull out a cracker like the guy Boyce at Ross County have just it's Boyce, isn't it? The boy that's played for Ross County. And Billy Mackay, who was a huge success at Inverness. So yeah, good. Was it Boyle? I can't remember. You need to edit this actually, because I can't remember the Ross County boy's name.
It's okay. I mean, like you say, that these players down there, and when you think about sort of scouting for players, Gardy, do you think the gaffer's having final say on these, or is it players that he's saying, I want a left back or I want a right back, and he's being given the players?
I actually think that the gaffer's getting his way initially, simply because of when I say the gaffer, Austin McPhee's suggestions seem to be getting his simply because of the Northern Ireland connection with we've discussed him here, Kyle Lafferty. Seems to be a big Austin McPhee push to get him in the door. Aaron Hughes, obviously, Michael Smith. These guys, the contacts seem to be coming through possibly more McPhee than even Cathro. Although I'd imagine Cathro, through the Newcastle development side, knew more about Smith Brown. We'll see how that works out. Yeah.
I mean, the Gaffer's getting his way. The Lafferty, that'd be a big signing.
Lafferty, I think, would be a really good signing for Arts. He's a guy who scores at international level. I don't think he did too badly at Rangers, although I'm not entirely sure what his record was there. He went away, I think, did he go to the Far East and came back to Norwich? Reading the Norwich forums, I think a lot of them are saying good riddance to him because he's on a big wage and he's not delivered for them. But the position, as I've read on Kickback, the position that Northern Ireland find themselves in for in these qualifiers, there's a chance of them certainly making the playoffs and possibly the World Cup finals next year. So Lafferty needs a big season to cement his place in that squad and maybe perhaps even play in the World Cup. So you can't say you're not going to get motivated. We're going to get a motivated player if he comes, definitely, because he's going to be after a successful international season and, like I say, possibly a place in Russia next year.
Definitely. I was going to bring that up in terms of motivation. The lad's got something to play for. Coming to the end, got an opportunity. Be brilliant if we could give him that opportunity and benefit from that. I'd be pleased if he came here. We're talking. We'll throw it in. We're talking about players coming south to north. I'll tell you one that I was pleased going north to south. Jason Cummins.
Yeah. Jason Cummins is definitely, he was far too high praise, I know, but he was fast becoming the John Roberts from the Hibs. Every time he played us, he seemed to put the ball in the net, and he certainly caused our defence problems even when he wasn't putting the ball in the net. I think he set up a couple of the goals in that disaster that we had in February there over at Easter Road in the replay, and he scored one of them as well. So he certainly knew how to play the derbies, and I'm not going to be like you. I'm not going to be unhappy to see the back of him.
Definitely. I mean, coming up, derby, Premiership derby games coming up, and I'm really glad to see him go down south. Shouldn't like him, but I do. I think he's a cocky bugger, and I like that about players. While we're on derbies, let's as slick as anything though, Gordon. Let's talk about fixtures. Now, I tweeted. I mean, there's no proof on this. But I actually feel, hand on heart, that they start this random stuff. I don't think there's anything random about it. I think they start with Glasgow derbies and then work round it. What do you think?
Absolutely. They never seem to have any problem keeping Celtic and Rangers apart as far as they don't play each other at the start of the season. They don't play each other the first game after the split. They'll not play each other the last. Oh, sorry, they do play each other the first game after the split. They'll not play the last game of the season. They always seem to get Hogmanay or New Year's Day. Yeah, absolutely. There's no problem keeping one of them at home, one of them away. I noticed there was a few occasions, all midweek actually, to be fair, that Hibs and Hearts are either both at home or both away. The computer fixture of the 1980s managed to avoid that. I don't know what they're playing it now. They must have bought themselves a Spectrum or an Acorn Electron or something to make up these fixtures. Because they could probably write them down with pen and paper and manage to do a better job.
I totally agree. I just didn't. It came out. I was looking forward to it coming out. It came out, and I looked at it, and then I don't get why midweek? Why even in midweek? I mean, for me, travelling up from south, it's going to be a bugger anyway, and that's a personal reason. But two big sides. It's a big derby, Edinburgh derby. What is that about? I don't get it.
I totally agree with you. To the point of view, people who are working till possibly work till 6 o'clock, whatever, there's nothing to make it a social event, which it should be. Big, huge games like that. And it's like you say, it's on a school night, so that kind of ruins your next day as well. And the first Saturday ones on March the 10th, and I'm sure there will be an interest in it. But you notice how we felt about how Hearts were going in March this year. There was very little interest in actually even going to the games that come that stage. Certainly away supports. There will be, like I say, there will be an interest in Easter Road, but the first one was the one you wanted to be sort of on a Saturday, probably in the summer, probably in August when the festival was going on as well. So just to make a huge Edinburgh event, actually, to be honest with you. Now they're back for the first time in 3 years. Well,
I just think from a Scottish FA point of view, it's an opportunity to get away. The perception from an England point of view is, you think about the Scottish Premiership. A lot of people I speak to Rangers, Celtic. This is an opportunity because we know the teams that play in the Premiership. It's an opportunity for the Scottish FA to think, actually, we've got two more big teams here, or two possible, massive games, and we can promote this. We can get away from this image that we've got of, two-horse race and, these two big teams from Glasgow, and it's an opportunity, and you start to think, I mean, we didn't finish that high up the league, but you start to think about your Aberdeens and that, and they've missed an opportunity, and they've fallen back into them old ways, and in some cases, I think that the tail wags the dog when it comes to the Scottish FA.
So I don't know if you've actually had a good look at the fixtures. The first derby on the 25th of October You're talking about how massive that game could be marketed, and I totally agree with you on that. But the first derby, we'll be lucky to see the light of day on television, because Aberdeen are scheduled to play Celtic at Pittodrie that night, and there's no way, in my opinion, they're going to bump that game to show Hibs and Hearts, unless they make one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday. I can't see them anyway choosing our game over Aberdeen Celtic. I noticed the second one, pictures aren't so glamorous. Celtic are visiting Dundee the night we play the second one, so the Tynecastle derby, I would imagine, would probably get picked for television. But the first one, if they don't change the night of one of the games, I just can't see us even being on TV. So you're right, the SFA have absolutely blown it here. The SPFL, I beg your pardon, have absolutely blown it here for their scheduling.
They have a massive opportunity and a disgrace for. I'll include Burning in this for two great Edinburgh sides. The first time in God knows how many years, and it all brings it back together. Hibs are back up. Everybody's looking forward to it. Bam, there you go. Missed opportunity. Like I said, I think it's a total and utter disgrace. Just really don't get it. I don't know. We're not going to finish on a negative though, Gordon. As you know, I've been getting into my ladies' football, and we follow Hearts ladies on Twitter. They're going great guns, Gordon. Absolutely unbelievable form.
Yeah, I noticed that they won away at Buchan, I think it was at the weekend, was it?
They did 2-0.
Yeah.
Ashley and Katie scored. They
won 11-0 last week or something. Was that 2 weeks ago? They won 11-0.
A couple of weeks before that, 11-0. They against Chelsea. They're just throwing goals. And I'll tell you something. There's a lass who follows us, Sam Cunningham. You think about Premiership footballers, they get a bit of a cold and they're on the sideline, so they get a bit of a kick and they're flying about like they've been shot. This lass were throwing up on the Saturday, got out of a sick bed because there were short of players and played. Would you get a bloke doing that?
No, I don't think you would. No, I'll just lie in my bed and take my couple of grand basic wage this week.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Looking through, one of the things I want to do next year is when I come up to the home games, I'm going to stay over every now and again, and I'm going to get along to the Hearts ladies games. If you look on social media, Facebook or Twitter, you'll be able to follow them on there and just get along. If there's not a match on, then get along and give them some support. Great standard of football, great lasses, doing a great job. Gordon, did you see one of the shows that was trying to get off? Did you see the tweets that I put out about the fans getting involved and using the phones and iPads?
I'm not actually on Twitter off that very often, but yeah, I knew, I was obviously aware it was happening, and we're definitely looking for more fan involvement. There's nothing wrong with getting in touch with your Monday night and discussing the weekend's football and sticking out there, but we certainly could do with more input. No problem.
Definitely. If you wanted to come on, give us a shout. But you've got mobile phones, you've got iPads, you've got the camera on your laptops. Everybody's got an opinion. You go on Twitter or any social media, or you go into a pub with your mates. Everyone's got a view, and it's as simple as point a camera at yourself. Say it's your choice of topic, whatever you want to speak on. You record it, 60 or 90 seconds. Email it to us. And we'll put it together. It works on some. The idea came from some English Premiership sides, fan TVs that are doing it, and I just thought, what a great way that if you've got an opinion, put it together. If we can get 4 or 5, we can do it the first show. put it out, see what you think, suck it and see type stuff. But it just gets people involved in what we're doing. Like I said, if you want to come on here, fantastic. Give us a shout. Next year, when we start coming up to the games again, I'll be outside and I'll let you know where I am. If you want to come on JamboFan TV, tell us what you thought of the game after it, or if you're going in there, we'll do one or two what you think your expectations will be. Really hope that you've enjoyed this. We'll start with our reviews and put things together throughout the season. And
we've got a game on Saturday against Livingston. We could talk about that next week.
We could indeed. We could indeed. If you want to come on that, like I said, if you're on Gordon's Facebook, let him know. I do the Twitter, so let us know about that if you fancy it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow us. Please, please, please feed into us and let us know what you think. We've been JamboFan TV, and we'll speak again soon.